Hi, my name's Rosalind and welcome to my YouTube channel. If you're new to social media and looking to learn digital life skills, you're in the right place. Today's video is called Editing Video on iPhone, and I'm going to show you how you can take a video and edit it yourself at home just using your camera application on your iPhone. No involvement from any other third-party app. At the end of this video, you're going to be able to edit your own videos, change the exposure, change the highlights, add more colour, add a filter, and trim your clips down just to get it exactly how you like it. So let's get onto my phone and I'll show you how we do it. So to start with, we're going to go into the camera app. So the first thing it'll bring up, you'll see at the bottom, it'll see if you want to take a photo. So just move that over to video and you'll see the red button. And you'll see at the top the counter says 000. So that means we haven't actually started recording. As soon as we push the red button, that counter will start to move up and tell us how many seconds that we're recording this image for. So you can see Aston is just sitting there still for 5 seconds until she comes over to me and she sits. And then once she sits, you can just see I'm going to take my 2 fingers and pinch out the screen to zoom into her face. So we click the red button to stop recording and now go back into our photos to have a look at the video. So click on the video and then click the play button. Now you'll see that Aston is actually sitting there for quite a while before she actually moves. So she'll get up and move, she's coming over to me and she'll sit, and then there's quite a long time on her face, just looking straight at her face at the end of the video. So I'm going to want to trim that down a bit at the beginning of the video and at the end of the video. So if I go into the top right and click that edit button, that will then bring me up the timeline of the whole video. And you can see I've got a play button there on the left. I can click that and watch it again in this screen. Now once that starts playing, that play button turns into a pause button. So now we want to trim this clip down at the front and the beginning. And you can see if you hold your finger onto the timeline, you get this yellow bar which you can pick up and drag and shorten the clip. This takes a bit of practice to get it actually clicking and working in the right way for you. But you can see as you pick it up and drag it to the right, you'll actually see what you're cutting out and you'll see where your clip will now start from. So what you need to do is to do this from the beginning of the clip to cut out the front bit, and then you'll see you can move over to the right hand side with the yellow bar and you can bring the clip in as well to shorten the clip. So once you think you've got it where you want, you can hit that little play button and you can re-watch it and you can pause it again. So you can make sure you have the length of your clip exactly as you would like. You can't split it, you can only do the front or the back end of the clip, but you can remove any areas that you've got there. And I wanted to remove the beginning of her sitting there and just have it so that she gets up straight away. So this is where we get to when I've trimmed it and I have this shorter version of the clip. So at the bottom of the screen now, we're moving to the next icon at the bottom, which is the adjust button. So if you click on here, you'll see you have varying options to adjust the contrast, the exposure, the highlights, the shadows, all sorts of different things here that you can do to change the appearance of your picture. And we went through this in my taking photos on the iPhone, so I'll put the video up in the screen here if you want to click on that and have a quick refresh about what we did on the taking photos. But it's exactly the same here, it's the same process. So just scroll along and see what changes you want to make to your picture. And then you can move to the next icon at the bottom, which is your filters button. So on here, if you remember, we can change the whole appearance of the video. So we can make it black and white here, we can make it cooler, we can make it more like a comic. So just pick any filter that you fancy here. And then the last button, as with the photos, is your crop button. So if you want to straighten it or draw it in a bit to get rid of some background, this is exactly where you'll do that here. You can also flip it so that instead of it being this way round, it would be, Aston would be facing the other way around. So there's varying other different options in this crop button that you can use to amend the appearance of your video. So once you've got everything exactly how you want it, just click the Done button and that will embed the changes into your photo album. So if we now go back into the video and we click on play, we can see that Aston doesn't sit there at all now. She gets straight up and she comes over and she sits down, and she won't be sitting there for much longer because I trimmed the end, so we just get a close-up and then that's the end of the video. Now if you decided that you didn't like it, you can go back into the edit button, click edit, and there's an option there at the bottom right to revert, and you can revert it to the original and get rid of any of those changes that you've made. So now if you go back into your photo album and you go into the video again, you can see that it's reverted to its original form. So Aston is sitting there for quite some time before she comes over to me, and she'll sit and she'll stare at me for quite some time before the end of the video. So if you do go through and make lots of edits and changes and you decided that you don't like them at the end, don't worry, because you can always cancel them and revert to the original film that you had. I hope you enjoyed the video and found value in it. If you did, please click the thumbs up button below, and I'd love you to subscribe to my YouTube channel. And if you hit the notification bell, you'll receive an email letting you know when I've uploaded a new video to YouTube, and you can learn more skills with me. Please leave me any queries or any comments or questions at all down below in the comments section, and I'll get back to you and reply as soon as possible. So thank you very much for watching, and until next time, bye.